He could fix every broken clock, except the one inside his own chest. In the heart of a city that never slept, there was a small, dusty shop tucked away in a cobblestone alley. Elias, the watchmaker, was a master of his craft. His hands, though aged and wrinkled, moved with a precision that defied time itself. He could resurrect a forgotten grandfather clock with a gentle touch, or coax a delicate pocket watch back to life with a whisper and a twist of a tiny gear. People said he had magic in his fingers, that he could hear the secret language of springs and cogs, from the grandest tower clocks that chimed over the city to the smallest, most intricate timepieces worn by its wealthiest citizens. Elias had mended them all. His workshop was a symphony of ticking, a chorus of moments captured and preserved. Each clock had a story, a history he learned through its scars and stutters. He knew the rhythm of a lover's gift, the steady beat of a family heirloom, the frantic pace of a traveler's companion. He was the keeper of their time, the restorer of their memories. But amidst this chorus of restored heartbeats, there was a profound silence. It emanated from Elias himself, his own heart, a mechanism far more complex than any he had ever encountered, remained stubbornly broken. It ticked on, of course, a dull and hollow beat, but the melody was gone. The joy, the warmth, the vibrant pulse of life had ceased long ago. It had happened on a crisp autumn day, the kind where the air smells of rain and fallen leaves. He was supposed to meet Eleanor under the old oak tree in the city square. He held a small, silver locket watch in his hand, one he had spent months crafting. Inside, it didn't tell time in hours and minutes. Instead, the hands pointed two words he had inscribed: always and forever. But Eleanor never came. The clock in the square struck 3, then 4, then 5. The sun began to set, casting long shadows that swallowed the light. Elias waited, the silver watch growing cold in his palm. Later, he would learn of the accident, a cruel, random twist of fate that had stolen her from the world, and from him. From that day on, the world seemed to move at a different speed for Elias. The laughter of children in the street sounded distant. The vibrant colors of the market faded to gray. His own heart felt like a watch that had been dropped, its delicate balance wheel shattered, its mainspring unwound. He tried to fix it, the way he knew best. He surrounded himself with the ticking of other lives, hoping their rhythm would somehow restart his own. He poured all his energy, all his focus, into mending the broken time of others, a desperate attempt to ignore the stillness within himself. He'd spend his nights hunched over his workbench, a magnifying loupe strapped to his eye, surrounded by tiny gears and screws. He'd listen to the faint worry, the gentle click-clack of a restored movement, and for a fleeting moment, he could almost forget. He could almost believe that by piecing together these mechanical hearts, he was somehow piecing together his own. But when the last screw was tightened and the clock was returned to its owner, the silence in his own chest would return, louder than before. One rainy afternoon, a young girl with eyes the color of the summer sky entered his shop. She clutched a small, bird-shaped music box, its wing broken and its song silent. Her tiny hands offered it to him, her lip trembling. "My grandmother gave it to me," she whispered. "She said you can fix anything." Elias looked from the girl's hopeful face to the broken bird. He saw the same desperation he felt every morning when he looked in the mirror. He took the music box gently. 4 days he worked on it. It wasn't a clock, but it was a vessel of time, of memory. The mechanism was delicate, a series of pins on a rotating cylinder that plucked at a steel comb. It was a song frozen in metal. As he worked, he wasn't just mending the bird. He was thinking of Eleanor, of the songs she used to hum while she arranged flowers, of the way her laughter sounded like tiny bells. He remembered the weight of her hand in his, the warmth of her smile. He wasn't just fixing the mechanism. He was reliving the memories, not as painful ghosts, but as cherished moments. When he finally repaired the music box, he wound it up. A sweet, clear melody filled the quiet workshop. It was a simple tune, one of hope and gentleness. The little girl's face lit up when he returned it, her smile a beacon in the dusty shop. She hugged him tightly, a small, warm gesture that seemed to send a ripple through the stillness in his chest. That night, for the first time in years, Elias didn't go to his workbench. Instead, he went to a locked wooden chest in the corner of his room. He opened it and took out the silver locket watch, the one he had made for Eleanor. It was still silent, its hands pointing to always and forever. His hands, so steady and sure with the tools of his trade, trembled as he opened the back casing. He didn't look at it as a broken object to be fixed. He looked at it as a memory to be honored. He didn't try to force it to tick again. He simply cleaned the silver, polished the crystal, and held it. He realized then that he had been trying to fix his heart like a broken clock, trying to force the gears to turn, to rewind the spring and make it run as it had before. But a heart isn't a machine. It doesn't break. It bruises. It doesn't stop. It learns a new, quieter rhythm. The past cannot be erased or rewound. It can only be integrated, carried. The pain was still there, a soft ache like a phantom limb. But for the first time, it wasn't a void. It was a space filled with the warmth of Eleanor's memory. The ticking of the clocks around him no longer sounded like a mocking reminder of time marching on without him. Instead, they sounded like a gentle promise. A promise that with every tick, every tock, there is a new moment, a new chance to listen, to feel, to remember not just the loss, but the love. Elias clipped the locket watch to his waistcoat. It didn't tell time, and it didn't need to. He didn't need to fix his heart. He just needed to learn to listen to its new song, a quiet melody of love and loss, of memory and hope, playing softly. In the silence, he was still the watchmaker, the master of time, but he was no longer its prisoner. He had finally learned that some things aren't meant to be fixed, but to be carried, and in carrying them, we find a way to move forward, one tick, one tuck at a time. Thank you so much for watching. If this story resonated with you, please consider liking this video and subscribing for more stories. Your support means the world. Until next time.